don't need to know that. Diversity is making its way onto the Disney Channel. I don't care. I don't care. I do not need to know
what your pronoun is.
I don't need to know. I don't care. I don't care about this. It's a little too much. It's a little too much. Because these are the same people. These are the same people. Get over yourself. Kids don't care. Don't care. You're so unloved and unlikable and unwanted in your daily life. Do you need to feel like people give a crap about you that much you have to get negative attention, Dana? If that is your real name? Because you can't produce anything that people actually want. Because you cannot create anything other than a victim narrative.
A victim narrative. A victim narrative.
I don't care about the sexuality of people. Terrence identifies as bisexual. Oh, I didn't ask her. I didn't ask. I didn't ask you what your sexuality was. Just stop. Just stop. I don't care. I'm not interested. And I don't care.
Yeah, we can clearly tell you don't care by the fact that you mention it every time you speak. Really need to point that out, that you don't care. Great.
Oh, isn't that cute? Disney thinks that they're the first ever to think of anything. Again.
Disney never claimed they invented anything. I don't know why you would assume Disney claims they invented what? Bisexuality in media? Nobody claimed that. Like, you're not even on an official Disney site. You're like on some site that reported that Disney has some gay characters. Like, that's all this is. Disney never claimed anything about anything you're saying. You're just saying stuff literally for no reason, just to be a reactionary at this point. And we're like, what? A second into the video?
You're not gonna get an award for this. Also, aren't these children? I don't need to know that about anybody under 18, Disney. Shame on you. Shame on you. Seriously, aren't these children?
Okay, that's a weird argument. Are you saying that being gay is sexual in nature? Are you saying that kids can't be gay? Are you saying that kids that have, heterosexual attraction or homosexual attraction should not be included in media? Are you saying that in general, being attracted to a specific gender or sex, it's bad and it's not for kids? Or are you just saying that because those are gay characters? Huh? I'm not seeing you being outraged by Avatar having Aang, who's 12, liking Katara, who's like 13. Kind of a weird argument to make.
I do not need to know what your pronoun is, unless I am in bed with you, and I need to know if I need to lick or if I need to suck. And sometimes it's both, I guess. I don't know. Depending on how many people are in the room.
Okay, so how are you gonna address people you don't sleep with? What, you need to freak somebody for their pronouns to be relevant? How are you addressing people? How are you addressing humans in general if you don't care about their pronouns except when you have, sexual intercourse with them? What kind of logic is this? Yeah, I don't care what your pronoun is if I don't go in bed with you, so I'm gonna call you it. You're not even a human. Yeah, actually, you're not even a human. I'm gonna call you it because I don't care about your pronouns. Also, I see what you do there. In the second part of that quote-unquote argument, that's not even an argument, by the way, you try to say, oh, unless I lick or suck, because, I'm gay. So here, she's basically saying, okay, guys, look at me. I'm gay. I'm bi, right? I'm bi. So I can't be homophobic, or I can't make homophobic arguments or bad arguments because I'm bisexual. That's not how it works, okay? So if you try to use that as a justification for your arguments not being bad or homophobic, it doesn't work just because you're bisexual.
Oh, yeah, it is a kid. 14. 14-year-old Dominican American girl is Disney's first. Yeah. I don't need to know. that about these characters. What's wrong with keeping stuff age appropriate? What's wrong with keeping stuff to what? I don't care.
Okay, again, she does, okay? She does think that being gay is inherently sexual, and if you don't do something sexual with another gay person, then you're not gay, I guess. I guess you can't just like a person of the same sex or gender in any type of media, because I guess that's inappropriate, because it's sexual, so it's for kids. Sorry, it's not for kids. If it's gay, it can't be for kids, because kids can't know that more than one sexuality exists, because sexuality actually means to do sex, right? It doesn't actually mean just what your preference in who are you attracted by. Yes. What a weird, bad argument you make here. Like, I hope there's not gonna be other arguments like that in the video. Spoiler alert, they will.
I don't care about this. You're just doing this for rage clicks. You're just doing this so you can play the victim when people say something that offends you. You're just doing this. You're just doing this so you can get articles saying, "Oh, you're phobic because you don't want this." Yeah, I know, life is offensive.
Well, she doesn't need to play the victim, because there are people like you who are so obviously basically aggressors in this situation that she doesn't need to play the victim. She's a victim of bad arguments like yours and stupidity like yours, which is actually very funny given the fact that you're bi yourself, or you're gonna mention that in the video. So I'm like, yeah, you're bi, but also your arguments are the same arguments that homophobic people do, so it's kind of interesting. It's kind of a weird thing. So, just saying.
Very open about my intention to put whatever, see, in the main cast. I'm a horrible liar. Sneaking it in wouldn't have been hard, she says in her tweet. I was told by certain Disney leadership that I could not present any form of this on the channel. And you know what? Because it's not age appropriate, is it? I don't think it's age appropriate for these. Who's your target demographic for this show? Is this an M-rated show for adults? Or is this for young people? Because here's the thing. I wouldn't want to see two grown adults deep throating each other, making out, tongues down each other's throats on a kid's show of any orientation. But maybe I'm just a little bit more of a prude than our puritanical, pearl-clutching pussy neighbors, I guess.
Yes, because being gay means that you're gonna deep throat every other gay person, or you're gonna put your tongue inside someone's lung when you kiss them. Your tongue is gonna go deep into their intestinals every time you kiss a person, if you're gay. Yes, that's how it works. What kind of argument is this? You literally have no argument other than it's bad for children because children should not see people being gay, and then you don't justify why. You just say shouldn't be because sexuality, because sexuality it's not for kids. But like sexuality, it's part of everyone. What you're attracted to isn't just for adults. Kids can like their own sex or a different sex. And saying that it's bad for a cartoon just to have something like, what? Physical attraction or to like somebody in it? It's crazy. As I said, Avatar has kids liking each other and nobody goes mad about it because I guess their characters are straight, they're not gay, so we can get offended over straight people because that would be basically not good for our image of anti-SJWs.
These are the same people who want to throw a temper tantrum if you draw a curvaceous, attractive-looking woman, right? If you draw a curvaceous, well-endowed, busty woman for a Star Wars thing, people flip out over that. And those are grown adult characters.
No. You misunderstood the point of those people being mad about it. Because people are not mad about females having big boobs or whatever. They are mad about objectification. You might not understand that for some reason, but being mad about objectification is not the same as being mad for sexualization. If you look at the quote-unquote progressive people that you always bash, right? Most of them are okay with gay people. Most of them are okay with porn. Most of them are okay with trans. They're okay with most things that, society would be like, no, that's gross, brute. Porn, being a porn star and having a life, that's gross. A lot of people say that, and I feel like that's stupid. But anyway, a lot of people say that, and usually the progressive say no, there's nothing wrong with having a life aside of doing things that are sexual or whatever. And they even defend streamers that show cleavage in their videos because they understand the difference between sexualization, which is just you expressing your sexuality and expressing your body, expressing everything you like about yourself and everything sexual about yourself. I mean, okay, not everything sexual, but you get what I'm saying. About yourself, expressing yourself, and objectification, which is basically people seeing women just as, oh, she has big boobs, that's all I need to know, because I'm a male and I have a big pee-pee that only, that's the only thing that makes decisions in my life. So there is a point where you need to understand that them being mad about objectification is not the same as being mad about sexualization. And by the way, just saying sexualization of things or being sexual or whatever is not the same thing as being gay. And the fact that you made that point just proves how ignorant you are when it comes to LGBT problems. Even though, as I said before, and you said multiple times, you are by yourself. It's just weird how your arguments are so bad when you're part of that community.
I'll be alright. I'm the B in the alphabet. Get over yourself.
No, you get over yourself. Because as I said before, I'm gonna say it a million times, being part of a minority doesn't mean that you're not at least subconsciously or even consciously discriminating against that minority. If you know any type of politics or anything about statistics or anything about, real world, you will know that a lot of trans people are transphobic themselves. A lot of homosexuals were homophobes their whole lives. And even while being gay, they're still homophobic about it. There are people that are black people who have been discriminated against, that was discriminated against, that still support oppression against black people. Being a minority doesn't excuse you. I repeat that, doesn't excuse you from being discriminatory towards that minority. And I want to point that out because you also, in your older videos, in some of your older videos, not even older, just your videos in the past, you have claimed things like white feminists are actually racist against white people because they're so progressive, quote unquote. They're so anti-racist that they're racist against white people. So you clearly have an opinion that says you can be discriminatory towards your own minority or your own kind, whatever you want to say, your own race, your own sexuality preference, even though you're part of it. So obviously I said own, so it's obviously yours, so you're part of it. But you get what I'm saying, it doesn't excuse you of anything. So, and you understand that, so it's kind of weird that now you're making this argument when it fits you.
You're doing this for outrage. You're doing this for a hate click. You're doing this so that people will This is bait. You're doing this just to provoke a negative reaction because you're so unloved and unlikable and unwanted in your daily life. This is exactly the Bart Simpson mentality. Attention. It is just to get negative attention so that people will call you out so you can play the victim. Because that's all you know. Because you can't produce anything that people actually want. Because you cannot create anything other than a victim narrative. Because that's all you know. You know that people feeling sorry for you gets attention.
How is this a victim narrative? How is having gay characters in your show a victim narrative? If anything, this quote-unquote narrative you're talking about of victim is just emphasized by you being an aggressor and literally harassing this person, saying, oh, you don't know, you don't have talent, you don't have anything, nobody cares about you, nobody cares about your art, nobody cares about anything you do. You just do it because you want people to be mad. I mean, one, if people are mad about gay characters existing, then nobody that's actually intelligent cares about them being mad in a sense of, yeah, I get their point. Because being mad about gay characters existing, it's just stupid. And you're the only one that makes a narrative here. And your narrative is that she has a narrative. While in the same time, you harass and are literally... I mean, I don't want to say, you're harassing her, you're making fun of her for having gay characters in her show. It didn't say, wow, she's just playing the victim. No, you're just an aggressor. She didn't say she's a victim, but you're definitely making yourself look like an aggressor. A mad woman about gay cartoon characters. Like, that's all you are right now.
I guess I gotta commend you for not having it be a reboot of something from my time. You know, they're not like taking Gem of the Holograms and making them all, you know, basically this.
Oh yeah, because, you know, if a shitty movie or show from the 80s had interpretation when people were straight, if you make a reboot or if you make the 27th reboot, changing someone's gender or someone's, I guess, sexuality or race, that's just horrible. Because well, she doesn't give any reason for it. She doesn't actually give an argument other than I don't like it. So, yeah, good argument right there again.
And this is irrelevant. This is so irrelevant to your show. What is it about? It is. If this is all I see, then I'm going to assume that's all it's about. It's about two cartoon characters making out. Because when I see that headline, that is your focus of your show. This is all I'm seeing is LGBTQ representation, blah blah blah. That's all I'm seeing when you just kind of go through and scroll through. I don't know what this show's about, other than I guess it's going to be two chicks making out for the whole show.
Okay, so because I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. This is so bad. I'm gonna stop. This is the last thing I'm gonna say. Just because you searched the Owl House and probably searched something about it being LGBT and then found articles about it being LGBT doesn't mean that the show it's only about being LGBT. If you have gay characters in a show and media makes articles about it and that's the most popular thing you're known for, that doesn't mean that that's all your show it's about, or it doesn't mean you shouldn't have gay characters in your show. Like, what do you want? Okay, let's not have gay characters in any type of media, because then media would focus on that thing. And then when I go look for outrage because I'm on Anti-SJW, I'm gonna find gay characters and I get mad. And by the way, what are you talking about? Oh, I see this picture of them, you know, I guess dancing, and then I'm gonna assume that's all they're doing, making out. They're not making out in your picture. There's even a description of the show in the article. You're so disingenuous, it's not even funny. Anyway, see you next time in part 2, I suppose. I am Crack, out, and bye.